Have you ever wondered why certain patterns repeat in your life, as if the universe is calling you back to the same over and over again? Jacob Greenberg, in his studies on consciousness, talked about a reality woven by our perception, where each experience is a reflection of our inner self. Today, I want to invite you to explore what these cycles mean, and how you can transform what appears to be a dead end into the gateway to your own awakening. Imagine you are walking along a path that seems like a perfect circle. Each turn feels familiar, but instead of moving forward, you feel a mix of frustration and resignation. Why do I always come back here? This question is not a mistake or a punishment. It is the whisper of your soul guiding you towards understanding that you are not walking in circles, but in an upward spiral. Life at its core is a classroom. Each experience, no matter how small or painful, is a teacher holding up the mirror of your being for you to discover. Embrace what you have not yet embraced. The repetitive patterns in your life are not coincidences. They are sacred messengers reflecting unhealed wounds, knots in the thread of your awareness that need to be unraveled. Consider how the universe operates in perfect cycles. The phases of the moon, the changing seasons, the ebbing and flowing waves. Your life also moves in cycles, each one building upon the previous one, inviting you to move towards a higher vibration, to align more deeply with your purpose. When the same challenges resurface, it is a sign that there is a hidden gift at its core, an enlightenment that will help you transcend your current limits. But why do these lessons feel so persistent, so relentless? It is because they hold the key to a door that you have not yet dared to. Perhaps the resistance comes from fear, doubt, or inherited beliefs that no longer serve you. These persistent cycles are a reminder that there are battles that must be fought. Naivety, doubt, or resistance, it's not because we are failing, but because there is something inside us that needs to be transformed. When we begin to change our internal landscape, our external reality also begins to requiring bravery to confront the shadows you would rather avoid. It's not easy, but it's crucial. Your fears, doubts, and frustrations are not your enemies. They are the gatekeepers to your transformation. Each time you choose to sit with your discomfort instead of running from it, you move one step closer to the truth of who you are. Think of it this way. Every recurring lesson is like a knot in a thread. You can't move forward until you stop, observe, and untangle it. But when you do, the thread becomes clearer, stronger, and the fabric of your life takes on a new beauty and purpose. Spiritual awakening is not about reaching a final destination where everything is resolved and peace is everlasting. It is an endless process of discovery, integration, and expansion. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be conscious. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to rewrite your story, to choose a different response. Man city. Awareness is the key that unlocks the book. Patterns can be quite diverse. Perhaps someone undermines you whenever you're about to start a project. Maybe something destabilizes you when you manage to focus your life. Once you identify the pattern, ask yourself what I am learning here, instead of focusing on the pain or discomfort of the challenge. Look for the message it carries. Maybe a difficult relationship is challenging your boundaries, or a financial struggle is urging you to trust in your own worth. By changing your perspective, you turn repetition into a learning process. This is where conscious practice comes in. The next time a familiar pattern emerges, Instead of reacting automatically, pause, breathe, and observe if you feel tempted to respond in the same way. Take a break. This is not about perfection. It's about choosing, even if just once, a new response. That choice, however small it may seem, has the power to break the cycle. Assume that you carry a backpack on your back. Each unresolved pattern is a rock inside that backpack. Over the years, the weight accumulates, and the simple act of walking becomes more and more challenging. But every time you face a challenge consciously and choose a different response, it's like removing a rock from the backpack. It's not an immediate process, but with each rock you let go of, you move forward lighter, freer. As you begin to transform your cycles, you will notice something beautiful. The lessons become less external and more internal. A conflict that once seemed to originate in other people transforms into an invitation to look inside yourself. What parts of you need to be heard, healed, loved? This in focus is a sign of spiritual growth. It means you are no longer a victim of circumstances and are beginning to assume your power as a creator of your life. Jacob Greenberg spoke about the connection between our perception and the reality we experience as we As you become more aware of your habits and choose to modify them, you not only your internal experience, but also the fabric of the reality surrounding you. What once seemed fixed begins to stir and respond to the new energy you emit. However, this journey is not without challenges. There will be moments when old wounds resurface, moments when you may feel tempted to give up. In those moments, remember, you are not alone. There is a higher force always by your side, supporting you even when the path seems dark. Resilience is your ally, and every small step you take towards awareness has a much greater impact than you can imagine. Think of nature. When a seed is planted in the ground, it appears to be buried in darkness, but it is actually nurturing its growth. Each challenge, each lesson is like that dark soil. You are not trapped. You are sprouting. I want to leave you with a simple practice you can apply whenever you face a recurring pattern. 1. Observe, pause, and become aware of the moment. Identify the emerging pattern. 2. Acknowledge, recognize your feelings without judging them. It is normal to feel fear, frustration, or sadness. 3. Inquire what you can learn from this. How can you respond in a different way? 4. Take action, engage in a conscious act, even if it is small, that is aligned with the change you desire. Remember that you are not trying to fix anything because you are not broken. You are evolving, you are remembering who you truly are. With each cycle you unravel, with each lesson you integrate, it brings you one step closer to living in alignment with your truth. Do not fear challenges, embrace them as allies on your journey to awakening. And now I invite you to share Take a minute to reflect on this. Perhaps you are trapped in a cycle and did not know it. Identify it and stop it. Each cycle overcome brings you closer to your true self. Advance if you made it here. Receive as usual the embrace of the team. Thank you very much for giving us your company. See you soon. Stay awake.